Hello! I should hopefully be live now. Another mini motivation. A small break from my day to have a cup of overly hot coffee. And today I just wanted to talk about, I'm a little late to the party. Etsy and put this little article out a couple of weeks ago, but I just wanted to talk about what crafts are trending just now, especially craft kits and things like that for all of us who make that kind of thing, all of us who make crafts to sell on Etsy, who can consider craft kits and stuff. Let's see what's happening just now. So I will head over to the article. I don't have a link for it at the second in time because I'm very badly organized. However, if you go to the Etsy forums, it's linked at the top. You can find the post and then a link to the article. And that's where I got it. So let's just dive straight in and have a look. There should be my screen. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. Alright, yep. So let's have a look at the interest for craft supplies spiked in April as shoppers are staying home and got creative. Let's learn what's trending. So as you see, I'm a couple of weeks late with this article, but still loads of good stuff to be thinking about here. We're seeing an unprecedented growth in sales with the craft and supply and tools category. Did we not say when all this started that craft supplies is a big thing to aim for? People at home, and I don't know, in different places it's all different. In Scotland, schools won't be back till the end of the summer holidays, so parents still have a lot of time with their kids. In England, some schools are back, some schools not back. I think that's similar across Wales and Northern Ireland, and I'm not sure about the rest of the country, but some people will be still keeping their kids at home till past the summer. So yeah, they need stuff to do with their kids. So as people spend more time at home, they're getting creative with crafts and DIY projects, as well as sourcing materials to make daily supplies like face masks. Exactly. Selling things like fabric and stuff, stop hitting the mic, Pam, is also super important. Floral and garden supplies. Yeah, my garden's, I was going to say it's looking better than it's looked forever. It's not, because I did a big tidy up, shifted stuff, and now I've got piles of stuff that has to go to the tip that I can't go to the tip yet because it's not open for garden stuff yet. And patterns and how-tos. Yep, again, all important. A lot of people have more time on their hands or have things with people they need to be doing things together. So yeah, how to do things, important. Read on and learn about the trends we're seeing as more people look to connect with their creativity during this challenging time. Wow! Craft supplies and tools search volume spiked in April, and I'm betting you May it will be the same. We've probably got a month or so more of the super high with this, but also hopefully people who've got a bit crafty will stay a bit crafty, so it's certainly worth being aware of this trend. But that is a spike and a half, definitely. Pretzel cosplay, hello there, good to see you. So yeah, looking at that difference, that's coming up, that's double. That's double what it normally is, pretty much. These themes reflect the shopping patterns we're seeing. So yeah, people are searching and they're also buying. The year-on-year increase below were calculated by comparing the search volume from April through to the first week of May in the same period last year. So yeah, although this is unprecedented times, we did predict this was going to be the big things, as well as face masks are obviously still crazy. And as a quick aside, for people making face masks, it does seem that the searches, what I said a few weeks ago, face masks, that people now, it's becoming more the new normal. So rather than just getting a mask, getting a couple of masks that kind of suit their outfits or suit their styles is what people are looking for. Some people, that's just plain. They just want a plain single coloured mask. Others want something a bit pretty. Others want something a bit creepy. That's kind of me. I like the creepy masks. So people spending more time indoors, flexing their creative muscles with make-your-own accessories, home improvement projects, home improvement. When the IKEA just opened in some places yesterday, and the queues of people queuing outside were miles long. People are just wanting to do up their house. I suppose they've been stuck in it for a few weeks now and want it to look a bit prettier. And playful pastimes for all ages like painting. Just now has to be the time to try something like that. That acrylic pour. Slava, hello there. You tried with some craft kits and they're so popular. Yeah, absolutely. Was bound to be. Whoops. So 346% year-on-year increase in searches on Etsy for DIY. Wow. And 181% searches for floor stencil. I didn't even know floor stencil was a thing. I once back in the day worked for a company that made like painting wall stencils, and my job, rubbish job. The machines that cut out the stencils don't cut them out all the way, so I had to poke out the rest of the stencil. That was my entire job. Yeah, it was fun. The things you do when you're at uni for a student bit of money. Face mask making supplies. Yep. You get a huge spike in people looking to buy them, and then you get a huge spike in people who are capable of making them, either wanting to make them for themselves. I know a lot of people who are making them to give away. They don't want to make money out of them, and then a lot of people wanting to make them to make money out of them. So the high demand for face masks is generating traffic for sewing materials, fabric, elastic and patterns. Interest range from simple cottons in solid colours to textured fabrics to uplifting novelty prints. Use shop sections to organise your assortment to help buyers easily navigate. Yeah, absolutely. So people can find, because if you're looking for plain, you just want to find plain. If you're looking for something a bit more fun, you want to see that as well. Pretzel, no problem. Thank you for doing a live and talking about this. No problem. My coffee needed a minute to cool down, so it's cool to have a little break in my day to have a chat. Whoa, 2,000% year-on-year increase in Etsy searches for elastic. That is amazing. So if you have a stock of useful elastic, and so many crafters have an absolute ton of craft stuff about in their house. Like, I know Mum has a craft room that's exploding elsewhere. Other friends, parents and things have several craft rooms across the house that are literally full of all sorts of different things. So if you've got a stash of elastic that's been there for 20 years and is still elastic, now's the time to try and sell it. Because if it's been there for 20 years, you're not going to make whatever you plan to make with it. So the top searches for elastic fabric, elastic cord for masks, cotton fabric, fabric in the yard, cotton fabric in the yard, elastic cord, face mask pattern, 1/4 inch elastic, black cotton fabric, 1/8 of an inch elastic, face mask filters, interface, camo fabric, sewing machine needles and bias tape makers. So yeah, absolutely. The supplies, the needles and things people will be getting through. So again, if you have a little stash of them, it's a good time to sell them. And this isn't just about making money, and I don't have any problem, just as long as you're not price gouging, you're not putting the prices up crazy. But plenty of people don't have their jobs just now, or they don't have as much as they had, so there's nothing wrong with keeping yourself afloat by selling things that people need. If someone's making a living selling a ton of face masks, and they're going through sewing machine needles at a rate of knots, and you have a stash from 20 years ago when you thought you would take up sewing, yeah, sell them just now. You make a bit, it helps them stay in business, everybody's happy. Classic hobbies. People are learning new skills or revisiting old hobbies. Absolutely. Knitting, crochet, quilting and macrame projects. Ever popular embroidery is seeing lots of interest as people embroider original art for their homes. Oh yeah, and you can even see there's a picture there. I think that's the macrame stuff. But yeah, the home decor stuff. If you're wanting to make your house look a bit pretty, yeah, you can make it. Make thoughtful gifts and embellish face masks. We were talking about this the other week about charms for masks. You could even go into the whole like kind of belly dancing type thing and have beaded bits, just so long as you're not spoiling the effectiveness of the mask, but you can decorate the outside. Consider how you can contribute to Etsy's embroidery inventory with innovative designs incorporating landscapes, modern patterns and inspiring messages. 350 year-on-year increase in quilt fabric and 100% on searches for knitting. So yeah, if you have stuff, now's the time to get shot of it. Or last month was as well, but it'll still be going on. Oh, that's what they mean by the embroidered landscapes. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Kits are in. Did we not predict this? We did indeed. Looking for ways to stay busy at home, shoppers are digging into DIY kits. When selling kits, entice buyers by including a photograph of the finished project. Yep, indicating your listing that it's a kit versus a pattern or a finished object. Yeah, I would even put it on your image as well. People don't read, so they'll see that picture and they'll think they're getting the final product. So make sure it's a kit. So if you're showing the final product, show it beside the kit. Or I think there's some of the pictures here. Yeah, you can see there's the kit, there's the person making the kit. Because people are dumb, lazy. We'll go with lazy. And you can appeal to shoppers by including easy to understand directions and highlighting that in your listing description. Yeah, if you're doing something, make sure beginner friendly, put the age groups, do all of this. Wow, 956% increase for embroidery kits. Comfort crafting, yep, relax and practice mindfulness. Soothing repetitive activities like needle felting, but most people don't see that as soothing. I do. Activities people can do with their hands like rug hooking or doodling or colouring. You can offer approachable crafting activities that play up to quality by using keywords like beginner or easy. 87% increase in searches for easy crochet. The other thing I'm seeing on my Facebook, a lot of people are taking up jigsaws just now. So it's not that difficult to offer custom jigsaws. You can take people's pictures and get them printed onto a jigsaw or something. So that's things people are into. Something I'm surprised isn't being more popular just now, a craft that blew up a couple of years ago, is the 4D painting, the little gem painting things where you stick on coloured gems onto a picture and you make really pretty paintings with it. And natural elements. A longing for the outdoors is driving interest in crafts that incorporate items from nature, like pine cones or leaves foraged from walks outside. Spring shoppers are also embracing flower crafts using artificial or dried flowers. 119% increase in searches on Etsy for forage. I wonder what on earth is coming up on a search for forage. We'll have to do that. And I was just going to say flower pressing, yes. 143% increase in searches for flower press. Yeah, people can press flowers themselves or get pressed flowers. And I'm certainly seeing around here the council cutting back on the work they're doing, quite rightly, keeping their workers safe. So a lot of the areas of grass that don't need to be cut aren't being cut. So there's all sorts of interesting flowers popping up. It's really quite lovely to see. Also killer on the hay fever, and when they come to cut that again, it will be a nightmare. Tie-dye. This trend keeps growing as a fashion favourite. Yeah, I'm seeing loads of tie-dye stuff. And now popular as a crafting activity. All the mess. A great project to do with kids. Demand for natural dyes derived from fruits and plants is also on the rise. Cool. And some really interesting stuff. Those two are tie-dyed. That's probably tie-dyed. The rest just look like kind of dip-dyed. But yeah, dyeing things. And again, yeah, if you're trying to make your house look pretty and you've got some boring plain cushions, dyeing them. Super quick way to do things. And gardening, of course. Everybody's doing their garden. I'm just mainly randomly killing things. Plants and gardening continue to be popular even for shoppers stuck indoors. Absolutely. People are making their spaces more green by stocking up on indoor and outdoor plants, succulents, seed kits, terrariums, garden tools and plant markers. Yeah, so if you can do any of that, they all look so pretty. In my world, they all look like they will be dead in no time because I'm terrible at plants, but it looks great. Hey Lily Tree, how you doing? Kids activities, yep. Some of my friends who are parents are having a great time, but others are really struggling. With school taking place online and summer coming soon in much of the world, shoppers are looking for imaginative ways to keep their kids entertained. Whether your crafts are educational or simply fun, be sure to include clear, kid-friendly instructions to take the pressure off parents. Absolutely. If you can look into the syllabuses in your area for what kind of things are educational for the kids just now. I mean, okay, the legality of a lot of things, but some kind of sciencey type kits where they can learn things. I love these origami things, and yeah, anything that kids can learn. And I've got these scissors; they're good scissors. That's sad. I wouldn't be using them to cut paper. But yeah, 688% year-on-year increase in searches on Etsy for Kidscraft. Facebook keeps showing me these gorgeous, I won't call it origami because there's a lot of cut out things, but these giant paper crafted like foxes and pandas and things, and I was really tempted, but to be perfectly honest, I was hoping they would be like little projects, but the fox is going to be bigger than Mia, and I don't want to make things. I like making little things. Lily Tree, yay! Tie-dyeing, it just keeps coming back. Absolutely. And hello there from Sweden. Hello. Reuse and repair. Shoppers are looking to return to simpler times and take care of the environment. Yeah, people are getting used to less, which is really good, and I hope this stays. But yeah, with popular practices from the past, like mending and repairing beloved objects, if you're selling mending kits, show shoppers some examples of mending elevated to an art form, or considering offering crafts. Offering crafts that incorporate repurposed household objects like toilet roll or shampoo bottles. 120% increase for mending. Yeah, this was a trend that was on the up already. All the green, the recycled and stuff. Anyway. And I did a craft for Christmas about 18 months ago, and I can't remember what you call this, but the Japanese art of mending things so the mend itself becomes part of the art. I think it's beautiful. I can't remember how to name it, how to say it, but it's lovely. So that this is the mend that is deliberately seen. You can deliberately see it because there's beauty in the broken. The name was on the tip of my tongue, but anyway, yeah. So mending things, recycling, other things that I'm sure are going to be picking up is just wabi sabi. Thank you, Lily Tree. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to say it, but yes, that was the thing. Things like, it's replace, reuse, recycle, but things like your crocheted shopping bags rather than using, because in the UK they're selling the lifetime bags, and they're heavy duty plastic bags, and I do buy them and I use them as my rubbish bags. I don't buy separate rubbish bags, but I've seen studies. Ooh, what are you pinging at? I've seen studies showing the amount of energy and materials that go into making one of these reusable bags, and you would have to reuse it so many times that it would probably have fallen apart long before it's actually kind of worth it. So, you know, compared to just having the little disposable bags. So a lot of the time companies make us feel things are green when they're not, whereas if you have just fabric bags, reusable fabric bags that you've crocheted or knitted or whatever else, then they are much greener because you can keep on using them. Tati, you sell DIY Dreamcatcher kits. I'm up 173% in orders compared to this time last year. Fantastic. I really should have done. I said before all this started, I said these kind of craft kits and everything would be huge. I should have done needle felting kits. You have no idea how much wool I'm drowning in, but yeah, I didn't. Yeah, there we go. Looking for more ideas? Check our recent article, Marketplace Insights, Emerging Buyer Behaviour Trends, Recent Insights Around Home-Related Products. There we go. So that was a nice little article by Etsy. Kind of fun to do that. Yeah, I hope you liked seeing that. I liked looking into that, digging about, and just seeing what's popular just now. Hopefully that is a little motivation that inspires people into what things we can be doing. Yeah, certainly. I think most of these, to be perfectly honest, most of these inspire me to buy. They don't inspire me to sell things. Like, we'll have some of that. I've hit that phase in lockdown where I've started buying things. I was so good to start with. But yeah, now I'm at the point where I'm shopping too much. And the other night I just sat back and I was like, no, I'm going to stop buying. I'll behave. But my internet, that you'll know, has been a problem. I got it fixed last Tuesday. It broke again yesterday. So they're sending someone out tomorrow. And she says, oh, we'll send someone out at 8 in the morning. I'm like, you'll do what? It was like between 8 and 1. So I've got to get up tomorrow morning. That's so not fair. So they're sending someone out, and then she said, I can see this has been ongoing for about 6 weeks. I'm going to put in a complaint and get you some compensation. And I was immediately like, no, more shopping money. Terrible. Anyway, Tati Treasure is saying she's exhausted from selling the Dreamcatcher kits. Oh. Lily Tree, love making craft from recycled stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great. I should look into what we can do with needle felting. I know people have bought like jumpers from the second-hand store and done things with jumpers. Might be worth looking into. Although what I really loved, what I always wanted, was the people that have the overlocker on their sewing machine, and they get jumper, and what that does is it sort of brings the edges together, pointing outwards in a kind of cool looking seam, and people are buying lots of old jumpers from the second-hand store and turning them into these fantastic jackets, just using all the different patches of knitted bit and overlocking them into cool shapes. I do love them, but quite rightly they're pretty pricey. And yeah, Lily saying to Tati to look after yourself. Yeah. Yeah, don't work too hard. I've got to take time to relax in all of this as well, because I think hopefully, apart from just the whole isolation, a thing for all of us, but I think everyone's getting a bit more used to this. That feeling of impending doom seems a little less. Unfortunately, that does mean quite a lot of people are being idiots with lockdown, but hopefully everyone's feeling a bit better, but we still all have to be good to ourselves and take some time off, because it's a stressful time. Tati can't wait to go back to work. Right, guys, I'll give you a couple more minutes just for goodbyes and any questions you have, but that was fun just to pop in. I actually quite like doing just a little quick live. I have 3 videos I've recorded that I've needed to edit for about 2 weeks. So when you see videos come out with me with badly dyed hair, that was from weeks ago. And I've also got one big video I'm working on, but I sort of the sun's out, can't be bothered. So it's nice to just sit down and have a little chat, hopefully motivate people, hopefully give you a break in your day. That's what I'm using this for, just to sit down and not do other stuff. It's funny, do a bit of work to not have to do other work, but this is just chatting. And exciting news in my life, because in Scotland the lockdown slightly lifted, so today I'm doing a strange thing. You're allowed to travel to exercise a small distance, not going to the beach or anything, and you're allowed to meet one other household per day. So I'm going to travel to see one of my friends today. We're going for a walk in the park together, and that sounds awesome. Tatty, nice casuals. Yeah, it's cool just to sit and chill sometimes. Pretzel cosplay, it's super interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah, I like catching up on these things. Maybe I should, when Etsy releases these, we should just do a little quick chat about it, because I know I get lost behind reading all the Etsy announcements, and you miss the good ones. Computer, stop binging at me. You miss the good ones, so it'd be nice. When I see them, I'll just put up a live, and then you can see if you're interested in it, and it saves you reading. We can work together. Slava, thanks for the inspiration. You are most welcome. Lily, enjoy the walk, and Pretzel, that's great. Enjoy the walk. I will indeed. Right, thank you all so much for joining in, spending a bit of your day with me. You'll have a great time, and I will see you next time the mood inspires. So yeah, if you want to join in on these chats, don't forget, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get told, because I am just randomly doing them.